Hello everyone. In this video, we will see the different model and details of the Azure OpenAI. Let's see that. So the these are the list of models, or different type of models which is available in the Azure OpenAI. So like GPT-4 and GPT-4 Turbo preview. The preview model is recently released, and GPT-4 is also recently released in this year. These models are used for the text in and text out processing, and these are the large multimodal model that can understand and generate the natural language and generate the code also. Then we are having GPT 3.5. It is also a model which is built upon the GPT 3, and it is capable of understanding and processing the natural language and the code. It includes the variants optimized for chat and traditional completions task. Then we are having the embedding models. So these embedding models are designed to convert the text into the numerical vector, and the details will be stored into the vector database, and facilitating the tasks such as text similarity and retrieval of the responses very fast. Then we are having the DAL A. This model is it will help to generate the image from the text. So if you want to generate some particular image, you have to describe the image in the text into the model, and then it will process your text and it will generate the image for you. Then we have Whisper. So it is a series of model in the preview that specialize in transcribing and translating the speech to text. Then we are having text to speech, so which this model is in preview that can synthesize text into the speech. So this is a very high level of the models which is available under the Azure OpenAI. Now let's see more details about the GPT-4 and the GPT-4 Turbo. So this is the details about the GPT-4 and the GPT-4 Turbo preview models. So most of the GPT-4 stable model, these are the stable models which are not marked as preview. These stable models are trained mostly data till September 2021, and this is the token limit of the each model. So based on your requirement, like how many tokens and your requirement and the capacity your token can process, you can choose these models. And the pricing of these models will be again different, because the 32K type GPT-4 models are more powerful than the standard GPT-4 models, and because it has a token limit of 8192, but for 32 we are having 32,768. Now the preview models are being trained on the recent data of the last year, and this is still in preview. So these models are not recommended to use into the production, but you can create some demo or some POCs on these models if you want to. And the capacity, you can see it is a lot, and it is trained on the latest data, so it gives the extra hands on getting your response on the latest data in what happened in the last year. So this is where the Microsoft had released these preview models, but later on when these preview models will be stable, then it will be moved into the stable versions of the GPT-4 models. So let's see some theory about these two different models. So GPT-4 and GPT-4 32K and GPT-4 Turbo with Visions are now available to all the Azure OpenAI service customers, and also it is available to the different regions. So these models may not be available to all the regions, and so you have to check your model where you have deployed into the particular region, whether it is capable of having this model or not. If not, then you cannot deploy this model into your Azure OpenAI service. Then there is a limitations by the users. So each model is having own limitations. So like we can do the chat completions using the API and the SDKs, like that. Then there is a model different versions. So 0314, this model was the initial model of the GPT-4 when it was released. Then 0613 and 0125, these models are created later on. Like the preview models came recently, but this 0613 came later on of the after enhancement of the GPT 0314. The preview models, the update the versions of GPT-4 Turbo Preview, addressing the bugs and improving the completion tasks like code and code generation, etc. So these the new model 0125, which is nothing but this model. It is improved version of the GPT-4 Turbo. This one with there were some they have enhanced the bugs by fixing the bugs and giving the more accurate answers on the content generation. Then as as the models are getting evolved, then Microsoft is planning to retire the other models. So this is the retirement notice as of now released by Microsoft. So they might the version of the 013, this one of the GPT-4 and the 32K will be retired no earlier than July 5, 2024. So they are intimating that till July 5, 2024, these models will be available. But after that, these models will be evolved with the preview one, and this might get retired. So you may have the different models, but with the enhanced capability, like that. On the 0613 of the GPT-4 means this second release. So second model release of the GPT-4, these models will not be retired no earlier than September so 30 2024. So this might go till the end of the year 2024 around, until the preview models becomes stable and merge with these stable models. This upgrade information. So when these models will be happening, enhancement will be happening, then how the customer can upgrade it. So it depends, like if you have enabled the no auto upgrade, then it will not upgrade automatically. You have to change your settings manually, and otherwise it might upgrade your models automatically. But in this case, your the code which you have written deployed using these stable models still be working. It will not interrupt your application. So this is what it is trying to say here. So I hope these details about the GPT-4 and GPT-4 Turbo PV model was enough. Now we can move to the next model, which is nothing but the 3.5 models. So GPT 3.5 models. So this is the data of it. So here the GPT, all the 3.5 GPT models, it is trained on the data of till September 2021, and this is the token details about this one. So it can handle these many tokens. And 0301 was the first model of the GPT 3.5, and it has the limitation of 4,000 tokens. But the GPT 3.5 of the turbo model 16K, it can handle up to 16,384 tokens in the request. So GPT 3 Turbo 0215, it is the new versions of the GPT Turbo 0311. It has enhanced of this model. So new version is the enhanced version of this one with the by fixing the bugs or enhancing it. So now let's see the some point about GPT 3.5. So it is giving the higher accuracy in responding to the requested formats, bug fixing, addressing text encoding issues for the non-English language functional calls. This has been fixed with the GPT 3.5 Turbo with the 0125 model. This model, so it has fixed few air bugs which was related to the performance and the content generation in the different language in the more other than English. Then the uses of 3.5 turbo. it can be used for the chat completion API. The version 031 can be used with the completions API, but not recommended because this was the old versions of the GPT 3.5. So, but you can use the 16K, which is more commonly used nowadays. So this one you can use. Then the version 0613 and 1106, these two, sorry, this one and these two models only support the chat completions of the API. The model version, so the 0613 is the second version with added function calling support and all. Now there's a retirement notice on the GPT 3.5 some models here. So 0301, the first model, it might this is the first release, and the version 0613 and 0301 of the GPT Turbo will be retired no earlier than August 1st, 2024. So these models of the 0301 and 0613, these two models might get retired after the August 2024. So I hope this high level information about the different models of the Azure OpenAI was sufficient. Now we can move to the next topic, which is the embedding models. So the, as we mentioned, the embedding models, the text which we want to index, those texts will be stored into the vector DB. But the before we do the injections of those text or the inputs, it has to be embedded. So to generate the embeddings, there is a different algorithms it will be used. And so basically the meaning of these sentences in the text, it will be having it is represented into the vector DB by the relationship between different vectors. So here we are having we are having around four different models. But the first version we can when it was released, so it was text embedding 002 002. So it has the token request of 2024, but it has been improved with the next version, the version 2, with the text embedding 002. Now it can handle the token request of 8191, and then the dimension output is something it can store these many numbers. It can give these many integer numbers to the one single vector, so it indicates that one. So the number of dimension output, if it is more, then it requires more output, more space in the vector DB to store the information. And these embeddings, generation of the embeddings is also trained on data till September 2021. And this Microsoft has released the two new models of the embedding, which is the large embedding, the text embedding 3 large and text embedding 3 small. So small and large models were released recently. So the token size request is still the same, but the dimension output is more. So we can see that we can store the more number of the text of the large models, and the processing of the text, the computing processing of this model is very fast, and it can give you the more accurate output when you try to search it. So this is where it will help while doing the embedding. So you can choose your particular embedding models when you try to use the embedding feature in your search, to do search in your application. So upgrading between the embedding model is not possible. So like suppose you were using the text embedding ADA002 and try to upgrade to large model. So in this case you need to regenerate your embeddings on the entire content into with the using model text embedding 003. So automatic upgrade is not possible. So in order to migrate from the using text embedding ADA002 to 3 large, you need to generate the new embeddings of the entire content what we have embedded for the previous model. So I hope this information about the different GPT-3 and 3 GPT 3.5 and turbo and the embedding model is okay for the very high level. We can get in more details. There is a site we can go here. So if you go to the what is Azure OpenAI service, here we can see the details about the Azure OpenAI. Then here we can see the quota and limits. So each model is having its own quota, and based on the different regions and those things, that information you can find here. And you can see your the models, GPT models, it is available in the different regions, and what is the quota applicable for that region. So you can find this information. So here there is the details of the different models. So we have the GPT-4, 3.5, embedding, dialect, whisper, text, and when you configure the models in your Azure OpenAI, then you will see these models name available if these models is applicable in your region, the services you have created in the particular region. So then you can configure these models. So in the GPT-4 we are having currently two models, GPT-4 and GPT-4 32K. In 3.5 we are having 3.5 turbo, 3.5 sorry 3.5 turbo 16K, and 3.5 turbo instruct. Then in the embedding we are having now three models. One is the first one was the ADA002. Then the three small and three large. These are the two new recent embedding models. Then we are having DALE, Whisper, and text to speech. These are different models, and the standard deployment is this one. So these models are available as per this region. So you choose your region of your Azure OpenAI service with the models which you want to use in your application. So you can go through this page and you can find the informations about it. So I believe, and this there is some more details about the pricing here. So the you can sign into here, and then you can calculate the pricing based on the models what you will find here using that. So and also there is a programming language and SDKs. You can refer this link here. You can find some examples using the different models, and by the language programming language you are trying to use these SDKs you can find here. So this can give you a lot of example when you open this example. So it will open the GitHub repository where you can see the different examples created by the group, and you can refer it to it will help you to build your applications. Try to understand if you are struggling somewhere in the code, then you can refer the different sample examples and try to replicate that with your real-time project applications. So I believe this information with the high level is okay, and you understood a little bit about the different models of the Azure OpenAI, and thank you for watching this video, guys.